What's up, real talkers? I don't know. Just trying to think. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Paul Britton. This is Real to Real Talk. We are going to be talking about the movies that came out into theaters here in South Florida during Thanksgiving weekend. I preface the South Florida thing because I know Saltburn isn't like super wide release yet, but that's one of the movies we're going to be looking at. So we're going to be looking at Napoleon, Ridley Scott. We're going to be looking at Saltburn, Emerald Fennell, follow up to Promising Young Woman from 2020, and last but not least, Disney's Wish. And look, if you've watched more than one episode of this show, you know I am a huge animation fan, and especially Disney fan. I mean, look, I've got the Muppets Haunted Mansion shirt rocking right now, so I was going to talk about that one. So let's not fart around any longer. Let's dive right in. Ridley Scott's Napoleon. All right. So Joaquin Phoenix. Come on. Like, he's so like just steady. Like, that is the best way to describe, you know what you're getting. And it's as if you like him, it's going to work for you. He is so solid, so just absolutely together and powerful in what he does. And then he plays Napoleon, and then Vanessa Kirby is the Josephine to Joaquin's Napoleon. And this really is a movie about Napoleon and Josephine, and the love that Napoleon has for her, and how that interplays in with his conquest of Europe. I mean, it's interesting because you kind of realize that the idea of the Napoleon while watching this movie, you realize that the idea of the Napoleon complex isn't, it's a complex of short men who need to take over the world, or need to be in power. And look, I'm a super short dude, so I understand, and where that expression comes from. That's really not what it is, though. What it is lesser people who do not have, and by lesser, I don't, I just mean from a standpoint of aren't given things, because so much power is handed to people who win the birth lottery, and it's so the Napoleon complex. And this movie really highlights that. The concept isn't, short people. It's short in power people that strive for the just to be on top of the world. Uh and Josephine. And so that's, I mean, it's amazing. And obviously the movie has garnered some negativity because it's not 100% perfectly on track with everything that happened during Napoleon's life. But I mean, it's a pretty broad stroke biopic, and so it gets that job done. It's interesting. The choice here is to make a 2.5 hour movie about everything. Okay. And I wonder if it might not have been more interesting to make a 2-hour movie about one thing, a la like Lincoln, which focuses on the passage of the 15th, 16th, 15th, pardon me, the the amendment that essentially freed slaves. um but it's, I don't know. I don't want, I'm not going to litigate that. I am just going to say that as a broad stroke 2.5 hour biopic of Napoleon, it's funny. Yes, genuinely funny. There are scenes that are just like, oh, that's really funny. Like, just some things that are already obviously meme worthy. It's 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 serious. In its exploration of just kind of what Napoleon is doing and what he is thinking about. Y- the downside is it's also rushed. Okay, so that's the downside is that we're covering 20-ish years in 2.5 hours, and there are in the time of Napoleon there were five different European coalitions that um rose up to to defeat him. And the funniest part about that is that some of the members of Coalition One would later become allies of Napoleon and during Coalition Three or so. Like just the ebbs and flows of and whims of who wanted to join in and Napoleon and fight Napoleon. Historically speaking, it was interesting and funny, and that's part of what's interesting and funny about the movie, but it's also impossible to communicate. It's just it does. Ridley Scott is an absolute genius. Look, he's going to go down as one of the greatest directors of all time. Nobody could accomplish this in 2.5 hours. Like even 3.5 hours. A, it's super long, and B, it's really complex. So, but yeah, the Josephine parts really, really work. And that's the anchor of the movie, appropriately, because that was the anchor of his life. It's pretty obvious. And so, yeah, here at Real to Real Talk, we do tacos. We don't do stars. And if we feel like a movie deserves a little more than just a full taco, we'll add some guac to it instead of doing a half a taco, because nobody needs to have a fucking taco. So we're going with 4 tacos on this. I really liked it. I really liked it. Again, I know I've said that there were some down things, but the down things are like really forgivable. And but it's a really entertaining movie. I liked it. I'm sorry. Okay. Speaking of entertaining movies, Emerald Fennell's Saltburn. Emerald Fennell's Saltburn. Okay, so Emerald Fennell in 2020 came out with her directorial debut, A Promising Young Woman, which, if I don't know how long that movie is, we'll call it an hour and 45 minutes, is an hour and 30 minutes of absolute acerbic, difficult genius, and 15 minutes of really that's how we're going to end this. And Saltburn is not quite that. Um, if it's an hour and 45 minutes, it's an hour and a half of, oh man, this, she's really going for it here. This is what, oh, she's really going for it here. She do, oh my God, what are they doing now? Oh my God, they're really going for it here. And then at the end, it's like, holy shit. So, all right. In on IMDb, it's listed as comedy, drama, thriller, 100%. And they should mention penis. Look, the movie stars Barry Keoghan, who is just an all-star here at the Real Talk world. I mean, last year the donkey movie, shit, Banshees of Inisherin. He was so good in that. And interestingly enough, Jacob Elordi of Priscilla fame, he's coming off of playing Elvis, and then shows up and plays an aristocrat, a young college-aged aristocrat who attends Oxford because he's an aristocrat. And Barry Keoghan plays a obvious, like a lower middle class Oxford guy who discovers Felix, Jacob Elordi's character Felix, and who, by the way, is basically a gravitational just suction, suck like a black hole. Jacob Elordi is a human black hole. just of attention, and just any attention in any room that he's in is just automatically drawn directly to him, rightfully so. He is so captivating, so charismatic, and as an actor, and it cannot be easy to do that in a movie, but he pulls it off, and it's just like, yes, this is, if you threw this lower middle class scholarship student in Oxford, this is clearly the person he is going to latch on to. And throughout the movie, you know, we're set up for the standard. Okay. And when I say the standard, I mean, we are set up for uh, Barry Keoghan's character to tragedy to befall Felix and his family and his character at the hands of Barry Keoghan and his character Oliver. And I mean, it's this is not a spoiler. Like you know that's what's going down. What's what the movie tries to make really interesting is how it happens, how it gets there, and then what it tries to make really, really fucking interesting and mildly insane is the denouement after the reveal and after the plans are kicked into high gear. Okay, so I'm going to take a small step back and explain that back in the day when Sergio used to be a regular was the co-host here, we had a segment called What the Hell Did I Just Watch? This movie would 100% qualify for What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Jacob's family, mother and father, played by, what are their names? I'm sorry. Richard Grant, who I don't know. I I don't know what movie you would most remember Richard Grant from. I'll tell you what movie I most remember Richard Grant from. I most remember Richard Grant from Hudson Hawk. He plays the brother in the brother sister evil duo in Hudson Hawk, with Sandra Bernhard playing his sister. So you, like, automatically that's all you should need to know, and you know that this is a bonkers family. Okay, he's the patriarch of this bonkers family, and Rosamund Pike plays this clearly never had to do anything in her life, but just amazing. Rosamund Pike is so good in this movie as the mother to Jacob Elordi, and also let's not forget his sister, played by where is she? Allison Oliver, whom I have never heard of before. I've never seen in anything. And so she plays sort of the lost adrift younger sister to the black hole of attention, Felix. Oh, and I got to mention Carey Mulligan plays literally quote character's name, poor dear Pamela. Carey Mulligan, who was in Emerald Fennell's prior movie, Promising Young Woman, and it's just hilarious in her role. And so shit, Barry's character, Oliver, latches on to this super affluent yet bonkers family, and for whatever reason they take him in, they take a shine to him, they dote and love on him, and he just begins to just everything that he does is hilarious or shocking and always highly questionable. And that's just what the movie is, just watching Barry Keoghan do highly questionable, shocking things, and that are either shocking or hilarious. And just the Saltburn is such like there's the wonderful part about this movie is that all of the imagery and all of the multiple layers, no layers, it's like Lego pieces thrown out all over the room. You take one step, you're stepping on something, and you've stepped on something. Nothing's hidden. It's really freaking obvious. And Saltburn, there's nothing pleasant about the idea of Saltburn. nothing pleasant about the idea of what's going on at this place, but it's still really fucking funny. And like his name is Oliver Quick. You know, he's like he might as well have walked around with a thing on his a badge on his shirt that said hello, I'm a Dickensian character, with a name like Oliver Quick. And then the denouement happens after his plans, or are they plans? We don't know. The last 15 minutes of this movie are just apeshit insane. And so the most interesting part of the last 15 minutes is they introduce the last 15 minutes in the first 15 minutes when Barry Keoghan's character is talking to someone in a room, and you don't know, in the present day. Okay, so the bulk of the movie is taking place in 2006, and then fast forward to present day. But the present day Barry Keoghan opens the movie by discussing his relationship, how he sees his relationship with Felix, and then we get to watch the relationship unfold, and then we're brought forward to present day, back to the beginning of the movie, and we see everything that happens after that, and it's just like, holy shit. And then we get to see Barry Keoghan's penis as he dances around. And that, look, that, come on, that all you need to know is Barry Keoghan dancing around with his penis out, and that should tell you how crazy this movie is. Again, taco rating. I don't know how to rate rate this movie, because there are so many fucking problems with this movie. There really are. It's an absolutely fascinating train wreck. Like there's it's just such a train wreck. I'm hovering on 4 tacos, and I'm like, do I really give it 4 tacos? I don't think. I'm going three tacos plus just the best fucking guac you've ever had in your entire life. Because, and by the way, you might watch this movie and say, this is the dumbest, most empty piece of shit I've ever seen. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just here to tell you, I think that it's openly shallow. Okay. Its shallowness is on full display, and it says, we're going to have some fun with this. And I had fun with it. So I'm going 3 tacos plus guac. That's all right. It's a good movie. 100% recommend. If you like weird stuff, just don't run to the theater, or can't wait for it to hit. Whatever you want to do, please go to theaters, but whatever. I'm not going to force you to do that, but I am going to force you to go watch Saltburn. So lastly, we've got Disney's Wish. Now, I'm going to first come out and say, yeah, the animation style is totally different. I was down with it. All right. You don't like it. That's fine. Whatever. For me, it 100% worked. Secondly, you just need to know, if you're not a Disney animated fan, this is not for you. This is 100% fan service, and I'm 10 million % totally fine with it. Just Easter egg after Easter egg of characters and homages and lines and hints and insinuations and innuendos to 100 years of Disney animation. It's much like Saltburn. It's obvious, and I loved it. I ate it up, and I sometimes I don't like the obvious, but it worked for Saltburn because that's what it was going for, and it works for Wish because it's just like, look, here's some good songs, here's an A plus 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 villain for you. Chris Pine's work as the villain in this movie is worth the price of admission and then going to see it again. It's so good. It is so good. The songs themselves, there's the one main song is excellent. The other supporting songs, some of them are pretty good, some of them are whatever. It's not on the level of Encanto. It's not on the level, the songs this is are not on the level of Frozen or the Coco. It's not A plus plus. Moana, A plus plus plus. It's more on the level of like Tangled, which has some really good songs. None of them, but I'd be like, oh my god, this is one of the greatest songs ever. But like, oh yeah, these are really good songs. That's where I'm putting Wish's songs. Um, the homages to other Disney movies, best ever, like unparalleled. And as far as just a good animated movie, it's a good animated movie. I don't know what you want. I'm giving it 4 tacos. Too bad. Like that's just where it is. It's a 4 taco movie. Moana's 5 tacos plus guac. Frozen's 5 tacos plus guac. Tangled's 4 plus guac. Encanto 5. You know, that's just where those movies are. This is a 4 taco movie. All right. I base like Disney movies for me start at like 4 tacos. Like just feed me and don't and respect me. Shrek, disrespectful piece of shit. And I'm there, and that's what this movie did. It fed me and it respected me. And it gets 4 tacos. If you like Disney movies, 100% check this out. Don't wait for it to hit Disney Plus, please. I'm fucking sick of these assholes saying that go woke, go broke, and they're setting the narrative. Don't let them do that. Go see this in a theater. Come on, hour and a half or hour 45 minutes. Just go do it. All right. Thank you. All right. Hey, those were the Thanksgiving movies. I had a really good Thanksgiving movie weekend. Fantastic. Started watching my Christmas movies. It started off with Home Alone 1 and 2. Already did my absolute favorite, the George C. Scott Christmas Carol. Did White Christmas last night. Look, we're balls deep in Christmas movies right now. So, but you can come here. Oh, excuse me. You can come here and take a mild break from Christmas movies from time to time. Except I might be seeing one this weekend. So next week, maybe not. But hey, look, I'm Paul Britton. This is Real Talk. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you will be back next week because I will be. And yeah, go check out some movies. Yeah. And thanks for stopping by.